Welcome back to Class 10 Science, Chapter 8, How do Organisms Reproduce? In this third lecture, we shall discuss human reproduction. But before learning about human reproduction, let's discuss few changes which take place in the body of adolescents. So during adolescence or teenage, we develop new features and sensations. There are many changes that are common in the males and females. These are growth of hair on armpits, face, genital area between the thighs and arms and legs. The skin becomes oily and pimples develop on the face. Also, there is increase in the height and the body size becomes larger. So there is increase in height, weight and changes in the body appearance. But apart from these common changes, there are many changes that are different in boys and girls. So there are few changes that just take place in girls and there are few changes that just take place in boys. So let's study about them. Let's see the changes in females. So in females, the breast size increases. There is darkening of skin at the nipples, at the tips of breast, and there is beginning of menstrual cycle in females. While in males, there is growth of facial hair, cracking of voice, and occasional enlargement of penis. All these changes indicate that our body is becoming sexually mature. Now, what is the relation between these changes and between reproduction? Let's understand that. So, sexual reproduction means that the germ cells that are gametes from two individuals have to fuse. For this, sexual maturity is necessary. If animals have to participate in the process of mating, then their state of sexual maturity must be identifiable by other individuals. Many changes during puberty are indications for this. Now, after learning about the linkage between the changes at puberty and reproduction process, let's look at the systems involved in the reproduction process. First, let's study the male reproductive system. So the male reproductive system consists of one portion which produces the male gamete, that is sperm, and the other portion which delivers this sperm to the site of fertilization. So the main parts of male reproductive system are testes, vas deferens, prostate glands, seminal vesicle and penis. First, testes. So the formation of sperms takes place in these testes. They are located outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum, and scrotum is a sac-like structure. Now, why are they located outside the abdominal cavity? This is because sperm formation requires a lower temperature than the rest of the body. That's why they are located outside the abdominal cavity. Also, they release testosterone hormone, which brings the changes at the puberty and also is responsible for the regulation of the production of sperms. The sperms have a long tail that helps them to move towards the female gamete. Now, after these sperms are formed in the testes, they are delivered to the vas deferens, which unites with a tube coming from the urinary bladder. So basically, vas deferens is a tube which delivers the sperms from the testes to the urethra, and in this process it unites with a tube coming from urinary bladder. Thus we can say that urethra forms a common passage for both sperms and urine. Now, as these sperms move along the vas deferens, the prostate gland and seminal vesicle add their secretions so that the sperms are in a fluid medium called semen. Now let's see the functions of this fluid. So it makes the sperm transport easier and it also provides the sperms with nutrition. Fourth, penis. So it delivers the sperms to the fertilization site. Now let's learn about the female reproductive system. So the female gamete is known as eggs. Let's see the parts of female reproductive system. These are ovaries, oviduct of fallopian tube, uterus and vagina. Let's study about each one of them in detail. First, ovaries. So the eggs are made in the ovaries, and at the time of the birth of the female, thousands of immature eggs are present in the ovaries. But on reaching puberty, the eggs begin to mature. one egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. So 1 month the first ovary will produce the egg, and the second month the second ovary will release the egg. And this egg is carried from the ovary to the uterus through the oviduct. And oviduct is a site for zygote formation. Now, after reaching the uterus is a elastic bag-like structure, and the development of fetus takes place here. Then finally, uterus opens into the vagina through the cervix. Now let's study the various steps during the reproduction process. So during the sexual act, the sperms enter through the vaginal passage. They travel upwards and reach the oviduct, where they encounter the egg. Then the sperm fuses with the egg to form zygote. So zygote is formed after fertilization. It divides rapidly to form embryo. This embryo is implanted in the lining of uterus, where it continues to grow and develop into fetus. The embryo gets nutrition from mother's blood with the help of a special tissue called placenta. And similarly, all the wastes are removed from the baby's body, from the embryo's body, and through the placenta. The development of child inside the mother's body takes place for 9 months. Then finally the child is born as a result of rhythmic contractions of the muscles in uterus. Now let's study about menstruation. So if the egg is not fertilized, then it dies within 1 day. Since an egg is released every month, thus the uterus also makes its lining thick and spongy every month. But if the egg is not fertilized, then there is no use for this lining. Hence, the lining breaks and comes out to the vagina as blood and mucus. This cycle takes place roughly every month and is called menstruation. It lasts for 2 to 8 days. Now let's discuss about reproductive health. So there are many sexually transmitted diseases known as STDs. Examples of STDs are gonorrhea, syphilis, and HIV/AIDS. Also, the sexual act can lead to pregnancy. Unwanted pregnancy can have adverse effect on the female's mind and body. So let's see the solution to this problem of unwanted pregnancies and STDs. So we have two solutions. First is contraceptive devices and second is by surgical method. In contraceptive devices, we have mechanical barriers like condoms, or a loop or copper T is placed in the uterus of females, and females also take oral pills. In the surgical method, for females, it is tubectomy, in which the fallopian tube of females is blocked, and for males it is vasectomy, in which the vas deferens of males is blocked. And also surgery can be done for the removal of unwanted pregnancies, and this is called abortion. But this technique is, however, misused by the people for abortion of female fetuses. Thus, it has been banned by government. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. If you liked the video, then do subscribe to the channel, and if you have any doubt, then write in the comment box. And link to my other videos is available in the description box, and also the PDF of notes are available in the description box. Thank you.